Hi everybody and welcome to this week's yoga video. This is going to be a power Vinyasa flow and it's brought to you by Hoga, which is a yoga mat company that is really cool. It has a yoga mat and then there's this system that goes on top, this towel system. So you see these snaps and there are snaps on the mat and you just snap the towel on top and that way it doesn't shift around when you're practicing. So you can check the link below and check them out if you're interested in a hot yoga mat towel system. That might work for you. So we'll start in a comfortable seated position. Roll your shoulders back. Bring your hands to rest on your thighs and then close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose. Fill your lungs up with as much air as you possibly can. And when you can't fill them up anymore, take one last little sip and exhale fully through your mouth with a sigh. And then close your mouth and part your teeth and begin to breathe in and out through your nose, connecting to your breath, letting each inhale quiet your thoughts and letting each exhale make you feel more grounded and more centered. Take this time to set an intention for your practice. Something you'd like to focus on, whether it's just your breathing or one particular pose, or just the commitment to stay in the present moment for the practice. Whatever it is, set your intention now. And then on your next inhale, raise your arms, look up. Spread the fingers and then ground your arms into your torso. Then interlace your fingers, bring your hands behind your head and draw your chin in towards your chest. Just really gentle here. As you inhale, follow the breath from the base of your spine all the way up through the top of the spine, so you're staying really tall. And as you exhale, let your arms be heavier. Feel a good stretch across the back of the neck. And as you inhale, rise up. Bring the left hand down onto the ground, right hand to the left side of your head, and then pull the right ear towards your right shoulder. And then as you inhale, come back to center, and as you exhale, take it to the other side. And as you inhale, come back to center. And then we're going to lie down on our backs. So we'll start today with some ab work. Interlace your fingers behind your head. And then bring your feet in close to your pelvis. Feet are hip distance, knees straight up to the sky. Then tilt your pelvis back so that there's no space between your mat and the low back. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just rise up until your shoulder blades are off the mat, and then imagine that you're going to draw a circle with the back of your head. So you're going to draw a circle with the back of your head. And at the top of that circle, you're going to go in the other direction. So your circle is about the size of a dinner plate. We'll go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, really lift up at the end, 5, 4, 3, remember no space between your mat and the low back, 2, last one, 1. Come all the way down, hands come by your side, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, peel your back up off the mat, your upper back, arms lift, fingers are stretched out, fingers are spread, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, tap the left fingers to the left ankle, come back to center. Exhale, right fingers to right ankle, back to center. We're just going to shimmy side to side here. You really want to keep the upper back lifted. I'm going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently release. Lift your legs up off the mat. And then press out of the bottoms of the feet. Flex your feet and then see if you can reach your heels up towards the sky. Spread the toes. Make your legs long and strong. And as you inhale, interlace your fingers the way that feels weird behind your head. And peel your upper back off the mat. And we're slowly just going to swoop the legs down to hover and then lift. So we'll go for 10. Really press out of the bottoms of the feet. Keep your legs long. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Toes are spread. 3. Squeeze your legs together. 2, and 1. Gently release, long arms, long legs. Get as long as you can from your toes to your fingers. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through your mouth. And then as you inhale, bend your legs. Step your feet together, knees together. Bring your hands to your hips. Tilt your pelvis back so there's no space between your mat and the back. And then open up the knees so that the bottoms of your feet are touching in Supta Baddha Konasana. We're going to make the arms long, fingers are spread, arms are energized and strong. So if someone came to push your arms down, they wouldn't go anywhere. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to lift the head and the upper back off the mat for 10, 9, go slow, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold, 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 hold. Come up a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and gently release. Arms up overhead, legs are long. Deep breath in. Exhale through your mouth with a sigh. From here, we're just going to bend the left knee, lift the left leg, lift the arms and the upper back off the mat, and take a deep breath in and lift the right leg so it's hovering. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, right hand touches left toes. Release and switch. Release and switch. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 more. You can do it. 2 more. And last one right here. And gently release. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through your mouth. Good job. On your next inhale, you're going to bend the left knee. Bring the right hand to the left knee and then pull the knee up and over the body. Your left arm can come out to your side so it's parallel with your shoulder, in line with your shoulder. Look out over your left shoulder. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, see if you can relax the shoulder down towards the ground. Relax your left knee towards the ground. As you inhale, we'll come over and do it on the other side. As you inhale, come back to center. Lift your legs, bring the hands underneath the knees, take a deep breath and spread the toes. Exhale, rock and roll, sit up. We're going to roll back for 5, for 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, come to stand, round all the way up, and step your feet together for your first Vinyasa flow. Roll your shoulders back, tuck your tailbone. As you inhale, look up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, halfway lift. If you're really tight in the hamstrings, you can bend your knees and bring your hands to your shins. The important thing is to have your back really long. Then when you're ready, plant your hands, spread your fingers, and step or jump back to plank pose. From here, we're slowly going to use our toes to come forward a little. Keep your elbows back behind you and lower all the way down onto your belly. Elbows underneath your shoulders. Get long in your front body. Exhale, melt forward. Hands come down, curl your toes, lift your kneecaps. Come up with a flat back and go right into downward facing dog. Take 5 deep breaths here. So for downward dog, you want to have your gaze towards your belly button. Your kneecaps are lifted, unless you're very tight in the hips, in which case your knees are bent a little and you're sticking your butt in the air. The spine is long. Picture the body as an upside down letter V, and your arms are actively pushing the mat away. Fingers are spread, and you're especially grounded into the root of your thumb and first finger. Make sure that you do this, and it will save your wrists. Because the worst thing that you can do is collapse into the outside edge of the wrist. And you may find a lot of pain if you do that. So really root down into the first finger and the thumb. On your next inhale, lift your right leg as high as you can. Spread the toes and super slowly step to the front of the mat. We're going to turn the left foot to 45 degrees for warrior 1, rise up. So check your alignment here. Bring your hands to your hips are facing forward. You don't want to be facing to the side. Hips are facing forward. If you're not facing forward, just widen your stance by taking your right foot out to the right a little bit. Lift your arms. Make your arms long and strong as if you're holding a watermelon above your head. On your next inhale, bring your hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers, reach your heart forward, come forward, let your head hang heavy, and then ground into the outer edge of the left foot as you lift your arms and your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, rise up, warrior 1. Exhale, we're going to open up into warrior 2. So now your hips are facing to the side. The outer edge of the left foot is parallel to the short edge of your mat. Your inner right thigh spins up towards the sky. Your arms are long and strong. Look out over your right middle finger, and as you inhale, lift your right arm, look up. As you exhale, windmill the arms, come down for plank pose and go right into chaturanga. So halfway down. Inhale, rise up for upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Step your feet up the mat a couple of inches. We're going to stay here for 5 deep breaths. So a couple other things you can look for in your downward facing dog. You want to picture your inner thighs spinning up towards the sky. Your hips are lifted, and your head hangs heavy, so there's no tension in your neck. Really grip into the mat like you're a rock climber. Grip your fingertips into the mat. Keep actively pushing the mat away from you. And on your next inhale, lift your left leg high, spread the left toes. Inhale, step the left foot to the front of the mat. Turn the right foot to 45 degrees, rise up, hips facing forward, warrior 1. You can check your alignment by bringing your hands to your hips. Hips should be facing forward. On your next inhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. Press your palms together, reach your heart forward. Let your head hang heavy and lift your arms and shoulders away from your ears. On your next inhale, rise up. We'll open up to warrior 2. So now the hips are facing to the side. Outer edge of the right foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat. Look out over your left middle finger. And on your next inhale, lift your left arm, look up. And as you exhale, windmill the arms, come down. Go through your vinyasa, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. End of your 5th breath. Rise onto your toes, look between your thumbs, bend your knees, and quietly hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Again, the hands can be on the shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up with a flat back, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale fully through your mouth. And on your next inhale, sit low, squeeze the legs together for chair pose. Now before you lift your arms, take your hands to your hips. Just gently test your alignment. So make sure that your tailbone isn't sticking out like this. You're not arching your back. Your tailbone is tucked and you have a long spine. Hands to your heart, take a deep breath in. Exhale, sit lower and lift your arms. Sit lower. The weight is towards the backs of your feet. If you look down, you can see a couple of your toes out in front. On your next inhale, tip forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step, hop, or jump to the back of the mat and lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, shoulders over wrist, knee into forehead. From here, you're gonna hook the right foot to the outside of your left quad and then roll so that your left toes are facing the left and lift your left arm. Inhale, come back to center. 3-legged dog, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, shoulders over wrist, knee into forehead. Hook the left foot to the right thigh. Right toes spin to the right. Lift the right arm. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step forward with your right foot. Coming into high lunge here, so your hips face forward, left toes face forward. Exhale, bend the elbows and the back knee. Inhale, rise to stand on the right foot. Take warrior 3, so your arms can come out to your side. Left toes pointed down towards the ground. Inner left thigh spinning up towards the sky. Back is really long. Look down at the ground out in front of you, about 3 feet. And as you inhale, rise up and swing your left foot out in front of you. Lift it as high as you can without leaning back. Toes point straight up to the sky, not out to the left. And then as you inhale, feet together, knees together, sit low for chair. Watch the sway of the low back, sit even lower. Squeeze your legs together, look down at your toes, make sure you can see them, and then forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, bend the knees, step, hop, or jump. Go through your vinyasa, we'll meet in down dog. Inhale, step your left foot to the front of the mat for high lunge. Hips facing forward, right toes facing forward. Bend your elbows and your back knee. Come to stand. We're gonna go right into warrior 3. Right toes point down to the ground. Inner right thigh points up towards the sky. Arms are long and strong. Fingers are spread, back is long, hips are even. As you inhale, rise up. Lift the right leg as high as you can without leaning back. Right toes point up to the sky. And as you exhale, feet together, knees together, hands to the heart. Deep breath in. Exhale fully through your mouth. Bring your hands down by your side. Deep breath in. Exhale through your mouth. As you inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step, hop, or jump. Lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, downward facing dog. And hold here for 5 breaths. On your next inhale, come down onto your forearms. Push the ground away from you. Look down between your elbows. And on your next inhale, lift your right leg high, push the ground away even more. Step down, lift the left leg high, push the mat away even more. Come down onto your knees, take child's pose. On your next inhale, rise to sit on your shins. We're going to come into forearm stand, where we're going to try to. So if you're new to this, I would recommend doing this against a wall so that you have like the security of knowing that the wall is behind you and it will prevent you from toppling over. Unless you're super flexible and you have like a background in gymnastics or something and you feel comfortable flipping over, just make sure you feel very warmed up. And then, yeah, let's give it a shot. So, come down and you're gonna grab opposite arms. It's very important to grab opposite arms, not opposite elbows or forearms, because that's too wide of a stance. So really make sure that your fingers wrap around your biceps. And then leave your elbows where they are and bring your hands out in front of you. Now this is personal preference. The traditional Ashtanga way is to bring your hands flat down as if you're making the number 11 with your arms. This feels weird for me in my shoulders, so I bring my hands in prayer position and I press down through my forearms that way. It's totally up to you. I would suggest trying it both ways. There's no right or wrong way. You just want to do whatever feels best for you. So, once you're in this position, you want to already begin to press the mat away. And you notice as you do that, you're going to feel a sort of round in your upper back as you press and round your back and press the mat away. So, before you even lift up, what I like to do is kind of shimmy to find a real sense of grounding. And what I mean by that is, you know how sometimes we do these forward folds with our legs, but before coming forward, we remove the flesh from underneath so our sits bones are very connected to the mat and we can reach forward and feel very grounded and stable here. That's the same thing that we want to do with the forearms. So you're grabbing opposite arms, opposite biceps. Hands are coming however feels best for you. And then you just kind of want to like rock side to side without really moving the elbows until you feel very grounded. Then curl your toes and lift up for dolphin pose. Now maybe today you just want to stay here, or maybe you want to walk forward as far as you can, lift one leg, and do a little hop off the bottom foot. Do not kick with the top foot. Do a little hop off the bottom foot and see what happens. When you're ready, come down, take a rest in child's pose. And don't get too down on yourself. If this is very new to you, just remember that everybody has to start somewhere. So if you're in your beginning stages, that's cool, it's fine. There's no real rush to get anywhere. We'll do it again on the other side. Grab opposite biceps. Hands come in whatever way you'd like. Rocking side to side a little bit so you feel grounded. Curl your toes, lift up. And then lift the other leg. Do a little hop off the bottom foot to see what happens. When you're ready, come into child's pose. and relax. What I always advise people to do is think about taking a V with your legs. So kind of seesaw with your legs, and that way you can kind of find your balance. Don't think that just because your legs aren't together that it's not a forearm stand. It is. A forearm stand is when you're on your forearms. Doesn't really matter where your legs are, if they're bicycling, if they're cross-legged, whatever you want to do with your legs, it's still a forearm stand. So when you come up, have your legs spread. If you're new to this, I think that helps to find your sense of balance first. And then you can work on bringing your legs together if you want to do the full expression of the pose, like textbook style. So let's practice it one more time on each side. You can even pause this video if you want and spend a little bit more time, but we'll just spend a little time right now coming up with one leg, then we'll come down and rest and come up with the other. On your next inhale, come forward onto all fours. Your wrists, elbows, and shoulders in one long line. Fingers are spread. Knees underneath your hips. As you inhale, lift your head, lift your tailbone, look up. Exhale, round your back. Lower your head. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press and round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press and round. Inhale, come to a flat back. And bring the right shoulder towards the right hip. So if you're looking at your body from above, your spine is kind of making a C shape. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, sit down. Legs are out in front. Remove the flesh from underneath. Feet are out in front of you with flexed feet. Toes are spread. Roll your shoulders back. Hands down by your side, and then about 8 inches back behind you, spread your fingers. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to press into the heels and to the hands until we lift everything up. Maybe the bottoms of the feet will come down onto the mat, maybe not. Let your head go if that's okay for your neck. Breathe here. And then gently release. Go ahead and bend the knees, hug the shins, round your upper back, lower your head. And then rise up. Extend your legs, extend your arms, and super slowly come down to lie down on your back. Turn your palms to face up, spread the legs mat distance. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through your mouth with a sigh. Close your eyes. Come back to your intention. And just take a moment to feel a sense of gratitude to your body for being able to complete the practice, for being healthy. Taking a moment to say thank you to whatever it is that you believe in, whatever it is that you have going on that's so great in your life. We're going to be here for about 5 minutes, letting the body absorb all the good things you just did. On your next inhale, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And then slowly roll over onto your right side. Take a deep breath in. And then come to sit up in a comfortable seated position. Bringing your hands to your heart, keeping your eyes closed. And taking a moment to seal in your practice with Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe.